This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hello everyone, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today, again, we are playing with the Snowy Escape Early Access that EA was so nice to grant me to build some things. And here is my third build and the first build where I really wanted to test out the platforms that come with BaseGame, not necessarily Snowy Escape, but BaseGame, so everyone will have them soon. And since I'm a builder, of course, I had to try that out. And I was like, in a normal house, maybe you have some split levels and and I was like, I only have like 40 minutes for this. So let's do a big community lot. And I looked at some casts beforehand, and this Snowy Escape pack comes with school uniforms. Here are some screenshots that I took of them. They are super cute, and they reminded me of some schools that I went to because I also had to wear a school uniform. So I was like, hey, let's build a school then. Yes, we don't have schools in the game, like not necessarily working ones, right? But I thought you can pretend, and for those who kind of love to play pretend in The Sims, maybe we get a school pack someday, I'm not sure. But yeah, keep in mind that this is BaseGame and the Snowy Escape expansion pack. So yeah, let's just say this is not my proudest build for sure. I really want to do another school or high school then, when I have all the packs again. Like, I mean, I have the, like, you know what I mean. So yeah, a community lot it is, and here you can already see me having lots of troubles with the platform. So first of all, before I start my little rant about them, this what you can see here, that was an early build for these platforms. So we have been warned even that there may be some bugs and whatnot, and there were some bugs in the pack and with the platform. So that's what's happening here. So I have to like they randomly raise themselves, and then I kind of lost track at what height I am in the inside and whatnot. And I want to say that the Sims team knows about this, like they know that bug, and they are working on it. So that's all I can say, because yeah, there will be some weird bugs happening. But overall, I want to tell you that platforms are the greatest gift. It really is. It sounds so cheesy, but it is the greatest gift they've ever given us for build mode, honestly. You can do so much stuff with them now. So as you can see, outside I did a little cool stairs section, because if it is the lowest platform height, it's also kind of like a step for the Sims, and you don't have to add stairs to it. And basically platforms are considered part of a room, so if you copy a room that has a platform in it, it will also transfer with said platform. At least that's how it was here. I personally would think it would be better if it's not copying over, because as you can see, it's weird, because I did the whole layout thing and then I just wanted to copy the classrooms, because the classrooms, I wanted them to be like all the same size and whatnot, because I only had 40 minutes. That is me building a 40-minute build. And here you can see what happens if like one platform on the other side of the room is higher than the other. Then the door basically is in the sky. And then I had to add more platform outside again, because yeah, like I said, for me the platform raised itself at one point in several rooms. It was weird. I still don't know why, but it is a bug and they're working on it, so all fine. I wanted to use the platform not only for split levels. I actually wanted to use them as kind of like an architectural kind of element, right? So outside I wanted it to use for kind of like a fence thing, for a concrete block that later holds the sign to the school. And basically I wanted to use it a lot of like on the exterior. And since I got so many problems in the interior with the classrooms, I was kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna put anything inside. That's so confusing, what's happening? I was just like, why is that? What's happening? That is so weird. But yeah, as you can see me here, like raising them up and down, and then sometimes I even had to delete the wall so I can see if it's even all the same size, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it was a interesting experience. But once they work, you can do crazy amazing stuff with it. I still haven't tried out everything, to be honest. And once the base game update with that comes out, I'm totally gonna try out everything. Like, how do they react next to roofs, next to foundations, on the foundations, if you drag and drop them from a roof to a foundation, and all that stuff. I want to see what happens. And maybe we can find out some really cool tricks, you know, what to do with them. So, let's talk a little bit about the school build. So first of all, I thought I've been to many schools. For those who don't know, I've moved a lot as a kid. And I have been in many countries. I have been in some public schools and I have been into some private schools. I think my longest time at a school was like once in Germany and then in Spain. So Germany was a public school and in Spain it was a private school. I wanted to, I mean, since I have been to so many schools in different countries as well, I know that schools can look very different. You know, I mean, we all know how classrooms work and look like. I mean, I think that is like a very international thing. But for example, how the entrances are, how the system is if you stay in one room and the teacher comes to your room and teaches like different, you know, subjects, or if you have to move from one room to the other because of the subject that you are getting taught in that same hour or whatever. So that is different. Here, I'm gonna use the German / I think in Turkey it was the same for me. Yeah, I think it was the same as well. So yeah, we usually stayed in the room that was our personal classroom, right? And then the teacher, like if you had English, your English teacher would come by and teach in that said classroom. So that was your own classroom. And for the school in Spain, we even had little lockers. But that one was also in the classroom. So it was not like it is in the American high schools, for example, to have these little lockers in the hallways, which I include here because in the entrance area, for example, of the Japanese high schools, you have these lockers as well to change your shoes. You could have used platforms for that, but since I've never been to a Japanese high school, obviously, I wanted to keep this kind of vague if this is a Japanese high school, right? Because I've never been. And also this is not a high school, this is a school. So kind of think of elementary. First I wanted it to be a high school, but then I was, it's very small. Let's kind of do it as an elementary school, or I don't know how to explain it, honestly, but yeah, because I still want to leave that open to build a real high school, and then maybe we can even do private, old Ivy League kind of thing to public high school or something that is a little bit more modern then. So that could be interesting, but since it's also like a really small lot, I was like, kind of reminds me of the school that I went to in Spain, because that consisted of several houses, buildings, and kind of was very small. We were also like a very small class. I think in total we were like 30, so it was 15 for each classroom, so to speak. Yeah, kind of very smallish. Everyone knew everyone. It was amazing. But yeah, kind of is interesting, of course, for me, for you to write in the comments how your school is, like your school you're actually now going to, or the latest school you have been to. I don't mean uni, I just mean school, like till you're 18, 19, 17, something like that. That would be interesting. So yeah, here you can see me, the exterior, especially the entrance, is more about like all these platforms. And I wanted to, you can have different sizes of platforms all next to each other. And you can have different wall heights, half walls, wall heights, if that makes sense. Also now fitting the whole platform theme. And hence I kind of mix them up, like really slow half wall with a higher platform, a low platform, higher half walls around, stacking them over the entrance thing as an awning kind of thing. So yeah, it's different. I just wanted to see, you know, how could that look like? Like I said, I think for these modern houses, especially who have these kinds of weird fences and like, I don't know, you can do them now, in my opinion. We always had to trick a little bit, in my opinion, with like half walls and then fill them up with tables and whatnot. So we don't have to do that now, which is amazing. And shout out to the team who did this, because I was not, like, I never thought that they would add something. Like, where does this come from? Like, who had, like, did we say we want platforms? Not that I don't want them, they are amazing, but I totally did not think that they would give us that. So yeah, just wanted to thank the team here if they're watching this. But yeah, this is my school building. It's of course a little bit smaller, and I'm sorry it's not that like usable. I guess, I mean, you could set it to residential. But yeah, I just really wanted to build a school. Let's just, I mean, I still have like a little tiny narrow house to offer you as like my snowy escape build. But yeah, keep in mind I didn't build so much with this early build of the pack, because my foot ligament is like torn and I can't sit for long. I'm actually, yeah, I procrastinated, like I said in my last video, that I couldn't build that much, and here it was the same. So I think this is like a 40-minute build. Like, it was really like rush, and in my opinion it could have been better. But then again, I think if I would have had more packs, especially for the interior, it would have been even cooler. And I also wanted to finish that because the platforms were giving me kind of like, oh my god, the game is broken vibes. Let's abandon ship. Let's abandon school. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was a little bit anxious that it all gets deleted or something. But yeah, it was basically interesting to kind of, you know, try out the platforms a little bit more. I definitely like these little, using them kind of as a fence trim, so to speak, with the screen around. I think if you would have other packs, you could put some smaller grass on this, or I don't know, some cool fences or so. Especially I think with, was it Dine Out? We have like cool half wall fences, so that could be also interesting to see how they react when they are on a half wall that is around a platform or something. So that could be interesting. But yeah, here we are already in the interior design. As you can see, there are the lockers. And first I wanted it to use only black and white, but it looked so serious, like an office building. I was like, ugh. Okay, let's put some colors in there. And that was basically when I decided this is an elementary school and not a high school, because it's also like a little bit smaller. Kind of high schools are pretty big buildings, I guess, right? Not sure. But yeah, basically since this is base game and Snowy Escape, I totally forgot that we don't have a chalkboard that is quite big enough to kind of represent the chalkboard or a whiteboard or anything like that, because that comes with, I think there's a really good one with Get Together for the darts. I think it's like supposed to be a chalkboard where you can put your points from the darts or something. I think that is one in Get Together. Definitely we have one in some pack. I'm not sure which one. But that one would have been a little bit more perfect. And also I'm not like super liking the chairs and the tables. They'll definitely not like the chairs and tables that I had in the schools, but oh, this is a good question. In some schools I've been to, we have single tables, like you yourself have your own tiny little table and chair. And then I was also like, I think it's more German, like German public school in Germany, you have like a table like I did here, which is kind of like a desk kind of thing, and then you have to share it with someone as well. So how is it in your school, or was it in your school? That's interesting, because I think in America they have the single ones as well. In Spain we had single ones, but they were put next to each other. So we had these long lines, which is also funny. I think we had single ones. Did we? I think we did. Damn, I can't remember anymore. And I think in Turkey we had to share again as well. So yeah, it's different. It's different. Yeah, very different. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. So it's kind of interesting to see how different it is. And definitely like lockers is for me something we only had in Spain, but also in our classroom. And we also paid for them to have, because we had like the big books and we could put them in there. That was like the thing why they're there for. And I think the others, we didn't have lockers, did we? I can't remember. I have been to many schools, so since we moved a lot, so I can't remember honestly. I know in Turkey I had like a school uniform. The Spanish one, we were one of the last classes that didn't have the school uniform, because they kind of wanted to add this like to the elementary and let them grow with it, you know. So we had the luck, I put this in quotes, to not have to wear a school uniform. And I think in the private school, because it was kind of very posh, they did it because they didn't want the, you know, there were some bullying apparently, because, you know, there were some quite rich people there, kids, and there was some bullying if you don't have like a Gucci Hermes. Actually, it was Hermes. Hermes was like pretty big, when I can remember. And that's pretty pricey. If you don't have a real Hermes bag, you're kind of like out. But yeah, that was a cool experience. But yeah, I actually look fond. Like looking back at it, I'm kind of fond of the time as well. So yeah, that is my school build. You know. We have different classrooms, the blue, the orange, the red one. I didn't know what to put in there to make it like a little bit more interesting, but maybe they could choose the colors of their classrooms or something. So yeah, there's nothing super fancy about it, but I just wanted to, you know, kind of add a little bit more color in there to make it look a little bit more friendly, like a little bit more, hey, this is a kid's school. And not like a community college or something, you know. So I think I could have done some things better, but since this is like a 40-minute build, I kind of also rushed it. I have to admit that I rushed it, definitely. Like I could have taken more time, but my foot was aching. I was like, I have to lay down, my foot is aching. So yeah, it could have been better, sorry guys, but I definitely promise to build another school. But I would really appreciate if you guys write me in comments how your school was and what you think a sim school should have. Like maybe they are working on do you guys want to have like a school pack? Wouldn't that be cool, where you follow your kids to school, like we got with Get to Work, where you can follow, you don't have to, but you can follow your Sims to work, and this time you can follow them to school. That would be interesting as well. I personally think that would be an interesting game, but we never had that also for Sims, so could be interesting. And I also definitely want to build a high school, so that kind of would align. But yeah, here we are in the screenshots with the lovely watermark, as always. So yeah, this is my little school with lots of platforms. I did that on purpose with the platforms, like using them a lot. But since I had lots of problems with the interior and the platforms like raising themselves once I added like a wall or something, it was definitely a little bit more bugged. But I think once this is all bug fixed and whatnot, it is a really cool tool and you can so look forward to it. I've already seen a lot of other early access channels basically doing a platform special. I will link to them in the description down below so you can have a better look at them at just like a speed build. And yeah, check them out if you're interested as a builder. And for those who have a cool idea for a school and what we have to add in there, let me know in the comments down below as well for the future high school build, because I really want to do that. But yeah, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also find more Snowy Escape early access builds on there, and my reviews of course, and other Sims 4 builds if you want to see that. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching. I will lay down now because my foot is aching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.